Hello everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel, and if you guys are wondering where I am right now, I am currently at work, but I decided that I would record a video about Soilwork and their newest album, Verklighten. Now the reason I do want to talk about this is because, well, unfortunately this album did not hold up for me. I mean, this album is almost 2 months old and it already fell off for me. Now, if you're someone who does consider Soilwork your favorite band or something like that, you will probably have a different opinion than mine, because you probably return to this thing a whole lot more than I do. But not that I say that this is a bad album, there's just a lot about it that hold it back, I think. And I'm not really what you call a die-hard Soilwork fan to begin with. They're one of those bands that, I just like, but not love, you could say. Now, I do gotta be honest with you guys, but I actually do think that Soilwork's last album, The Ride Majestic, is a lot better than Verklighten, if I'm being honest with you. I know it was a little mixed for me at first, but yeah, I think I have confidence to say that, yeah, I think The Ride Majestic is a better album. Yeah, I think there's a few things about the record itself that hold it back. For one, I think the release date. Now, I just think it's not that good of an idea for bands to release albums at the very beginning of the year. It came out early January, and I think for that reason, it's not a good thing because it'll start to pale in comparison to everything else that comes out, later in the year. And in fact, it already has, such as Dream Theater, In Flames, Demon Hunter. I think all of them have surpassed Soilwork's new album with their new albums. So yeah, I think it's going to be more forgettable on that part of it. And we are talking about a band like Soilwork too. They're not really a band that's super high in demand or anything. Not like bands like In Flames or Dream Theater, but like I said, I think I don't think that Verklighten is a bad album. I think it has some good songs, some solid material. But I think the thing is with Soilwork anymore, I think it's one of those cases where it's you kind of already know what you're in for, and I think another thing that I think holds this record back as well is, well, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure it was supposed to release in 2018, but it got pushed to 2019 or something like that, because I remember they announced that they were working on a new album way back in April of 2018. So yeah, it's been a while. Maybe they just thought that they wouldn't have the album done by the end of 2018, so they just went with 2019 to be on the safe side. I mean, if that's the case, then yeah, I can understand. But I think that it would have been best if they would have waited to release the album at, maybe in the middle of the year, or heck, maybe even the fall, just like The Ride Majestic. I think The Ride Majestic released in the fall of 2015 or something like that. Even that would be a good idea, and I do think that Soilwork could learn some things from their most recent album. For one, like I said, I think the time to release the album is something that should play a factor. And also, another thing too is that I think they really need to think outside the box more often, because like I said before, with Soilwork, you kind of already know what you're getting with the new album. I think they're a band that really, I think one thing I'd like to see them do for the next album that they have coming out, who knows when, maybe probably in a couple of years or something. I hope to see them return to the roots. I'd like to see them go heavier again, because it does seem like their newest Verklighten was a very mellow album. It's very I think it's more mellow than their previous stuff. And I don't know, guys, I just think as a whole Soilwork has done better than this. Plus, consider everything else that's come out and is about to come out this year. I mean, Like I said, In Flames, Dream Theater, and Demon Hunter, they've all really solid material already. Some excellent albums, and even more bands to come like Megadeth, Killswitch Engage, and the list goes on. I mean, yeah, I think Soilwork's new album is really gonna be forgettable. And as when the end of the year lists start coming around, this album will probably be at the bottom for me. It'll still make the list, but it probably won't be in the top three, or most likely not even in the top five either. So yeah, not top three or not top five. It's pretty much is what I think. It's going to be closer to the bottom. But like I said, I don't think this album is terrible. I just think that it's missing something, and I just lose interest in it, honestly. And like I said, I'm not really what you consider like, oh, crazy over Soilwork. And with this new album, it's not an album that, like, after you listen to it, you just think, wow. No, you're not going to think like that after listening to the album if you haven't heard it. So yeah, if you do decide to listen to Soilwork's new album, don't expect anything mind-blowing from it, but it is still pretty good. I mean, for what it is still pretty good, but compared to everything else that's released recently, no, not really. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Has the new Soilwork album fell off for you as well? I'd like to know your thoughts overall. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, and take care.